Well, hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to the Abundant Living Podcast. And I put a message into the chat, which you may be able to see. Let me know if you can't hear me, because audio with YouTube has been an interesting journey these past 3 months. And hi, Patricia, wonderful that you're here. Let me know if you can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up or say audio yes, or whatever you need, however you need to say it. And yes, my friend Sherri Bausch is here as well. I'll bring her in a few minutes. We're just going to start with going into our breathing a bit, and also do a quick angel card reading, which people seem to really enjoy. Wonderful. Thank you, Sally. I'm glad you can hear. And so everybody, just take this moment for yourselves, if you would. You're going into the heart space. You might want to just slightly put your fingertips on the high heart area. Breathing in slowly through the nose with mouth closed. And then out through sort of puckered lips like you were whistling. Or breathing out through a straw. And that, just carry on with that breathing for a few minutes, because the truth is right now we're all in a bit of flux, and the world is just a little bit shaky and unsure as we are moving into fifth dimensional energies, which is beautiful and wonderful, great news and absolutely fantastic. But transitions can be difficult. And if you have kind of forgotten about that, I would say, remember when you were a teenager and it was your first day at high school, or your first day in college, or on a new job. And when you're 19 or 20 or 14 or 15, and things feel very strange. And until you're used to the atmosphere, the energies of a place and the energies of those you're working with or studying with or living with, everything feels very uncertain. And right now, that new person is us to a degree, and everyone we know, and also our beautiful Lady Gaia. And it's all right if anybody feels a little bit unsure or unhappy or maybe exhausted. The energy's coming in. Sherri and I have been talking about this. We're talking with several friends who are energy workers. The energy's coming in very, very powerful. And you may feel like, oh my gosh, I'm just so exhausted, or I feel kind of confused sometimes. Some people are feeling a bit dizzy. Some are getting intense vertigo issues. Some are getting ill, respiratory issues, old emotion coming up. And some are just sort of looking around and looking at the news and seeing how much is changing in our world, and just feeling like, well, what can I depend on? Since it feels like everything has been changing so drastically on this planet. And what hasn't changed probably needs to change, because we've got issues, particularly in the US, out of control issues with violence. Amongst from both civilians and from police forces, and out of control government issues, and schools in trouble, and et cetera, et cetera. It just goes on and on. Incredibly high cost of living, price gouging in terms of the price of houses or rents. Simple as that. So you might be feeling like, yeah, it's great if we're going to the fifth dimension, but we need to get there fast before I just lose it because of all the tension on me. Or, as you've seen with this podcast, technical issues. I know people who have had some really intense technical issues going on with their computer, their phone, the electronics in their house, etc. So I just want to say you're not alone. Hello to everybody who's saying hi. That's so sweet of you. I'm very glad you're here. And, again, you're not alone in any of this. Consider that Lady Gaia, our Mother Earth herself, is going through tremendous shifts right now. And it's not like she's having an easy time of it. And I think maybe that's why we're seeing the flooding and the earthquakes. Yes, sometimes there's weather manipulation and interference from the old crowd, but also there's just all of this change, alchemical shift in our lovely grandmother Earth. So we send her light, and she sends us light for all that we're experiencing right now. And let's just, again, go into our breathing and go into our heart space. And for a brief visualization, and the collective are here and they're assisting us. Breathing out through the open mouth, or through the lips kind of drawn as if you were breathing out through a straw or whistling, which is particularly helpful for putting you in that parasympathetic nervous system state. It calms the blood pressure, it slows the heart rate a bit. It puts us all in a position where we realize maybe a little bit how jangled we've been. I had some technical issues today that were annoying the daylights out of me. So it affects everybody. It doesn't matter whether you're an energy worker or not. It affects everyone. And so I see gathered all around us, every single member of the collective, and in particular, the archangels are surrounding us. They're forming a sort of inner circle inside of that larger circle that is the collective. And each in his or her own beautiful way, flowing energies to us right now. And just speak to these archangels and just tell them right now, I've been having trouble with this issue. I've been having trouble with this or that or this person. Old memories coming up, maybe old painful anger and resentment coming up, maybe sadness. Maybe you just feel teary-eyed and emotional at times. Many people are saying that that's happening with them. So just hand it over to these dear ones. If you particularly desire healing, whether physically, mentally, emotionally, or energetically in the energy bodies, you might want to hand that over to Archangel Raphael and to Mother Mary. And these two beautiful rays, the rose ray of Mother Mary and Archangel Raphael's emerald green ray, they are both heart-based and they both have to do with healing. As you're breathing out, you're letting go of everything you've been carrying lately. The concern for loved ones, the shock and concern for people around the world having an awful time of it in disaster scenarios, outbreaks of violence, whatever it is. And image the beautiful healing light flowing down from the higher realms. And this can be the rose-colored light, or it can be the emerald green colored light. That's all right. Whatever ray you choose to be in right now, whatever feels right to you. You might go for another color. That's all right. Whatever ray feels right to you. If you particularly want to feel really positive and joyful, or very much more social, connect with new friends, maybe that beautiful yellow ray or the bright orange one will be better for you. If you want a new love in your life, probably the rose-colored ray. The violet ray, associated with the combination of Mother, Father, God, Goddess, and with the transmuting flame of Saint Germain. That can be a beautiful lift to your spiritual journey. Whatever is right for you will come to you now. Even if you have trouble imaging, that's okay. And now a beautiful being full of light steps forward, and this is your higher self, and they are so full of love for you, so full of joy, because you're the aspect of them that was brave enough to come to Earth. And just tell them right now, I need this to change, or thank you for your help with this, and now I need concentration, more light in this area, a higher focus, a powerful focus of light in this area, please. And your spirit team are here, your guides and angels. If you feel to be at a tipping point mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is, let them know. I need you to shore up my energies. I need you to strengthen me in some way that I don't feel strong right now. Now, they might just tell you to be quiet and rest. My team were telling me that last week and the week before, when after I finished 5 months of very hard work. And I'm pelting them with all these questions, and they just said, you just need to slow down and rest for now. Just drawing out all that angst, upset, nervousness, unsureness, putting all that into this beautiful circle of light. Let's just image a huge, beautiful white flame enveloping all of us. It won't burn, it just transmutes, turns everything back to beautiful, pure, sparkling energy. Wonderful. I can already feel so many people just letting go and releasing what they have been carrying and taking on, very often other people's pain, a loved one's pain, the pain of some stranger far away who's seen their house, their home, and their life destroyed, it looks like, and maybe lost loved ones in Turkey or Syria or any of the affected areas, outlying areas, certainly in Ukraine or Russia. We are not going to discriminate and call one country good and the other bad. These are all children of the universe. So let's put all of them, those out in the cold, living in a tent, living in some kind of a underground shelter, put all of them into that light. Maybe they're grieving. They've lost loved ones. They're all here with us. Everyone has been involved in violence, whether they were doling it out or having to take it. All of them, whether in the US or other countries, into this beautiful, brilliant circle of light. So now we're seeing so many angelic legions surrounding us, and they're just taking up into their arms all the heaviness of what we've been experiencing on this planet. And they are holding that for us, sending it up into the higher realms. We're putting it in that beautiful flame of Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine, that brilliant white flame, and it's just getting transmuted back to pure energy. And just keep doing that if you'd like, drawing out of yourself anything that's kind of intense and difficult. Draw that out. Sherri's going to be working with us in a moment. And particularly if you're feeling stuck and unhappy about something, just put that into the chat, because the collective are working with you and Sherri and I are working with you. Even if we can't get to everybody in terms of saying, okay, now we're answering this or that, that's okay. Just put it in the chat. You're presenting it to these beautiful loving beings, the archangels, your spirit team, these beautiful angelic legions, everyone in the collective, and everyone's working with you. So you're not forgotten, not ever. So I'm going to bring in the collective in a bit, but let me first do an angel card reading. And we're just going to shuffle these cards a tiny bit. Now think of something that's been really hard for you. Okay, some people are already writing some issues into the chat. Thank you. Wonderful. Already you're receiving light for those issues. Yeah, many people feeling unmotivated and tired and just out of it. What they're calling lazy. I'm not sure it is laziness, Pam. I think probably you're just being told to rest. We're just drawing in and integrating this light. It's so powerful. And Sherri and everyone that we have called in the higher realms and I are going to be helping and working with that. So just think of something that's been kind of hard for you lately in the area of how you feel physically. Let's just do that one first. How we feel physically. Yeah, many people ill with the flu or virus. Yeah. Yeah, I hear you, my friend. All right, sending light for that. All right, I'm going to cut the cards twice and go with what comes out on top here. Wow. Not at all what I was expecting. This is singing and dancing. And this is very, very interesting because I was feeling really down the other week and I started doing my ballet bar class again online and felt completely different by the end of those 35 or 40 minutes because of the music and because of the movement. And saying express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. Really beautiful. And you can see this beautiful angel in this wonderful easygoing sort of dance. It doesn't have to be, really crazy and high energy. It can just be this lovely fluid sort of movement. Anything you do to music that inspires you. It might be Broadway show tunes. It might be an old ballad by the Beatles. It might be a higher vibrational music, whatever you can listen to, and then just move in very easygoing rhythmic ways. Even if you don't really know any dances, that's okay. And what you're really working toward is engaging the physical body with the spirit. You're connecting them in this kind of, oh, wonderful. Pam says, I've been wanting to dance. Fantastic. In these kinds of energies, it's very, very easy to disconnect a bit, come out of the body a bit, and disconnect from the spirit as well. But you go on automatic because your body, your subconscious is thinking, survival times. Well, I've just got to do what I can, and I can't be very present. I have to concentrate on what's next and what have I got to do to take care of myself. And in those moments, we're not in the heart space, and we're definitely not feeling very powerful. And we're definitely not feeling that we have many choices. And that sounds dreadful, I know, but that's how it feels at times with things being so tense and unsure. Certainly it feels that way in the US, probably in other countries as well. So on that theme, the next card is crystals. The energy of crystals supports you and helps with your present situation. So if you can, I'm trying to get it in picture there. If you have any crystals, you can hold them, maybe put them in a glass of water, bless that glass of water and say, I am giving thanks that I'm moving into a time of peacefulness and that I know I'm completely supported in all ways. And hold that in front of your heart for a moment and then drink the water when you're ready. And do that 3 or 4 times a day at least. You can do it for a blessing for finances, for health, for emotional well-being, whatever you need. Yeah. All right, so fantastic. I'm going to bring my beautiful friend Sherri Bausch in now, and she is just so amazing, a quantum energy practitioner and an energy alignment coach. She also speaks light language and helps people to move into the space where hopefully they can begin speaking it as well, and brilliant with autoimmune issues as well. So you might want to go to sherribausch.com at some point, and I'll just put that here in the chat and see what Sherri offers. And she does individual sessions as well as group. So I'm going to bring Sherri in. Hello, Goddess.
Hello, Goddess sister. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I'm so glad you're here. And I don't know if you want to start looking at some of these issues, or do you just want to comment to us briefly before then about how you feel about these energies, your own energy update?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you for having me on. I'm so excited, first of all, and to everybody in the chat and everyone behind the chat, hello. I recognize a lot of names, and I'm so glad you're all here supporting this energy that we're going to be bringing through. Oh, beautiful. Yeah. So I'm looking, I see lots of flu and virus, leg issues, vein issues, circulatory, weight. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Pancreas. Interesting. Okay. Out of body. Interesting. So embodiment, lack of groundedness, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feeling overwhelmed, exhausted, unmotivated. I keep hearing that.
Yeah, exactly. And what you were saying too, Caroline, I really resonated with these emotional issues coming up. Anything in the body that's misaligned, bringing forth these emotions in the form of the virus and flu and all that kind of stuff too. So yeah, let's see what we can clear. And the energies, you were asking me about the energies. I saw a couple of people say they're sleepy. That is my biggest problem right now, is in the middle of the day, I get super sleepy. Also very emotional. You were talking about having just old memories and experiences kind of pop in. Seemingly little things that are kind of up for clarification and up for connection. So that was something that's been really poignant coming forth for me as well. So just, rather than, the other thing you said that I resonated with was surrender. So surrendering all those memories, those experiences, those connections, and just allowing them to come through you so they're not getting lodged and stuck. Because eventually they'll move through, and that just helps us to up level our vibe too. So those are the things that I've been feeling personally. Just when you think you can't clear anymore, it's like, there it is. Right. So yeah. So where would you like me to start?
Okay. Wonderful. Let's maybe just to begin with, we can look at actual organ issues, but to begin with, let's look at how people are just having a rough time because they're integrating these higher energies. And so they're exhausted and they don't quite feel embodied. And they also lack motivation to do what they would like to do. But it seems to be emotionally connected as well. I know I've had moments where I'm just sort of like, oh, forget it. I don't care. And
for sure.
A big to-do list, and I'm always motivated to work with it, but that's what the energies have brought me to over the past couple of weeks, and a lot of other people as well. So if we could look at the exhaustion and just the hard work it takes to integrate all of these higher energies coming in, these solar flares are mind-blowing. And if there's a coronal ejection, a coronal hold, that creates more solar flares, and the solar flares, my friend Rama Berkowitz, he and his wife are Faction 3 White Knights, which means they worked with the Ashtar Command. And they've been saying these last few weeks, well, the energies are as high as they can be without the human body imploding, basically, without us just turning into sparkling bits of light and losing our physicality, and also as high as cosmic law will allow, because, cosmic law won't allow the light to be so powerful that life is extinguished on the earth. That's not going to happen. Even if there are people who are saying it is, it isn't going to happen. So, just integrating that higher light. Maybe if you could help us, and I'll work with you to release a bit of the old survival-based fear of, change might be bad. And so we're kind of resisting and pushing it off, all these changes. And if we can just calm down and accept, that would be great. Yeah.
Yes. Big messages about resistance coming through for me personally, and I mean personally, and for the collective too, is that the more we resist, right, the more out of alignment we are. So as much as we can, like you're saying, bring through this energy today that can allow people to just relax and trust and just flow with the process, you will, and you are supported. So yeah, I think that's great. We'll just bring down this general feeling of peace and well-being, if that's okay with you, and
perfect
embodiment. Okay, great. All right, here we go. USB sentinel stuck trauma. Yeah, very cool. Okay. Oh, one thing else I wanted to share too, if you don't mind, Caroline, is that you were talking about the coronal mass ejections, and I received very strongly as I was sitting behind the scenes that these solar flares and CMEs are actually stronger than they're telling us.
Yeah.
So yeah, the fact that we are still all here and not sparkling bits of light is pretty amazing.
Yeah.
We have it. Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right, here we go, everybody. So we'll just do that general feeling, and I'll see what else comes up. I might be peering into the chat. Caroline, how much time would you like to allow? How much, so I can kind of watch the clock? Is that?
Well, I don't know if you want to do 20 minutes or so. This
sure.
is fun. It's, you know, you're allowed to do.
Okay, perfect. All right. So I'm just going to ask that everyone Caroline set such a nice stage in the collective with the collective. And I could feel the power of everyone just kind of surrendering. And as they surrendered, the collective really came online. So I've never worked so closely with them. So I'm just so grateful that they're here supporting us. And Caroline's able to bring them through. So really just holding on to that beautiful energy that Caroline, kind of bringing that energy back in, that Caroline really set the stage with the collective. So settling in, really feeling, this is the embodiment piece, the grounded piece, really feeling and having an awareness of the room around you. So feeling the connection with your seat to the chair or the bed, if you're lying on the floor, feeling every bit of your body, really pulling into that space that's supporting you right now. Beautiful. And as you connect, deepen the breath, meaning slow the breath down, bringing the inhales nice and slow, being very mindful and very direct about, yeah, good. As you come to the exhales, not allowing them to just fall out, but just nice and slow. So what we're doing now is kind of regulating that nervous system, coming to this homeostasis as much as possible. We want to be aware with those inhales, bringing it up the chakra channel a little bit higher each time. And then exhaling very mindfully. Keep that breath going with each inhale, pulling the light up through the central channel. This is called the Hara line, and this is the line of intention. So the line of intention, setting your intentions for your own clearing, restoring, and alignment. Remember, what you're setting for yourself is out there in the collective as well, and here in the group. So, beautiful. Bringing it all the way up next time, next breath to the top of the head. And then just hold it there for a second once you get to the very top of the breath, really pulling the breath in, opening up the chest, dropping the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, and then exhaling everything out all the way down, pushing the last little bit out through the bottom of the root chakra, down through the legs, down through the feet. And we're going to start to anchor ourselves into our space and bringing in Mother Gaia as our anchor. So feeling her underneath, maybe you feel like you're laying on the soft grass or the beach, hearing the ocean waves. Dirt full of pine needles on top, making a bed for you to lay on gently. Just really, really magnetizing yourself, and utilizing the energies of Gaia. There we go. We're going to really use our imagination today. So visualizing all those energies. She is receiving all of your stuff from the week, months, and years behind us, including the quantum field out in the karmic field. And she is receiving that and transmuting it and then sending it back up to you as this beautiful, beautiful green light. Filling your entire being with her light, with her presence. Knowing, and we'll set the intention that that beautiful green light, they're telling me Sophia dragon light coming through, the emerald flame coming through, that heart light, filling your entire being, physical, emotional, etheric, spiritual, and the mind body. So feeling and just noticing where that goes. If it's directing you to a certain area of the body, then let it go there. Just following the flow. And if you notice resistance, take a deep breath and let it all go. This is a safe space from which to receive this energy. We're going to ask that all of our highest versions come in, please. So those are the ones that know what needs to go. Those are the ones that know your ascension path, that know the direction you're heading in, and are here to support us all. We're calling in our guides, all the ascended masters, please, and those that you may work with, all those loved ones that are passed over, crossed over, that may want to assist today. And our galactic families, star races coming forward as well. I always work with Kuan Yin. She's quite present right now. She's the goddess of self-compassion and self-love. So we're bringing a focus to self right now. And as we bring that, I'm already hearing resistance. So focus with self is what's necessary right now, because remember, we are the collective, we are one. So as Caroline was bringing in, paying close attention to self, needing to rest, taking care of yourself at a very, very deep level, so that this energy can spread through the collective and calm the energies on the planet. Misuko really ground those energies. Beautiful. We've got the violet flame of Saint Germain coming in, descending down from the highest realms. We're going to bring that energy right in front of us. Imagine us all in a huge circle, with Saint Germain right in the center, burning his deep, deep violet flame. And now we're going to bring, I'm feeling a lot of stuff in the heart space. So we'll move the heart space stuff. And this is really the filter and kind of the gateway for the lower and upper chakras. So a lot of stuff gathers here. So we'll work with the heart today in hopes that all the physical ailments that are coming through, we're going to set the intention that the heart space energy that we are clearing, that it make its way individually to each and every person's affliction today here on this call. Those who have put their intentions in the chat. So holding your intentions, everybody, at a personal level, knowing that this energy will reach you. Go ahead, Caroline. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah. So we've got a portal. Go ahead, Caroline. I don't want to take
No,
up the
this is
space.
fine. The collective, we're working with everybody individually, you know, collective, capital C, working with everybody and assisting, because they can see how jangled our nerves get with this situation and how alarmed our old 3D brain aspect, what they call the reptilian brain, how alarmed that is at these changes and thinking, will I survive? A whole part of our subconscious is saying, will I manage to live through this? Will I live long enough to ascend, or even just to integrate some of these energies? But you're already doing it, friends. You're already in process. You're already doing it. And what I'm hearing now is you're completely protected. I'm going to let the collective speak for a moment, then we'll go back to Sherri, who's doing a fantabulous job. So here, I'm just going to bring them in for a moment. Oh, greetings, dear ones. So pleased to be here with all of you gods and goddesses of the Most High. And you chose to come in at this time, despite all of the inner resistance that the physical body and the subconscious, as our writer was saying, may have at times. And this is all right. Part of you is a little unsure, and yet so much of you is rejoicing. All of your higher selves are dancing and rejoicing so completely, and an utter jubilant celebration. And this is why this lovely card came up about singing and dancing, because that's what all of your higher selves are doing. So rest assured, you are being constantly supported. Do not fuss about things such as money and physical health. All of this is being shaken up to the nth degree. Likewise, some of your relationships, not all of them, but some, because as you are shifting, the old world is falling away. It's just fading and falling away, the old earth, and with all its forms. And this can feel very strange, making that leap. It feels as if you're leaping across the chasm, but you've forgotten that you know how to fly and that there's nothing whatsoever to worry or stress about. So allow yourself that. When something feels too difficult, you see a bill coming in and then another problems at home or issues with the physical body, remind yourself, I'm here to remember I can fly. And I can move into the higher dimensions and into higher vibrations very, very easily. I'm doing it all the time. Now, we would say, take some time to walk outside and really commit to connecting with the rocks, the trees, the ground, whatever it is you see in front of you that belongs to Mother Nature. Speak with them, put your hand on the tree trunk and say, I draw my strength and sustenance from our beautiful grandmother Earth. And as well, take time in meditation and just to be quiet, just to rest more, dear ones. Some of you have been put in a situation of illness to push you to rest. That's how big the shifts and changes are happening. So don't be alarmed by that. Bless the body, bless the illness, drinking a lot of water, and bless that water and put a crystal at the bottom if you can. But bless that water before you drink it and thank it for purifying the body and bringing you back to a whole new and higher level of strength. So all is well, dear ones. And we're flowing energies to you. You know, speaking of abundant living, people think, well, what does that mean exactly? You need to decide what it means for you and write it down if you can. Now that I'm living abundantly, that means that I am, and fill in the blank, about 5 or 6 different items. And know that those are with you already. Wonderful, dear ones. So we'll bring back this lovely goddess Sherri now and welcome her to continue her beautiful work. Namaste.
Beautiful. Gorgeous energy from the collective. As they were speaking, they were working behind with the heart space, and just a massive amount of pouring of all things that no longer serve, flying out of the heart space, this huge portal through the heart. Again, I'm hearing surrender. Really necessary, they're saying, to just allow yourself to have this process through ascension. And again, trusting. So a lot of what we're feeling in the physical body can cause us to be distracted, is what I'm receiving. And so rather than putting our, they're saying, angst or fear or anxiety around our physical bodies, to really just know that this is just bringing us to a space where we are resting and that we can release a lot of these misalignments. So let's just go into the heart space and see. There was a lot, I could see the personal matrices of everyone, meaning that looks like this just fifth dimensional, never-ending, infinite matrices, in which you exist in the quantum. Okay, so feeling that, seeing that in front of you, and we're just going to clear out anything that may keep us distracted. That I'm hearing that may keep us going and going and going, where we feel like we need to keep going and not rest. Any guilt, shame around resting, taking care of the self, we're going to clear all of that out from the personal matrices and beyond. So any dimensions, reality, timelines, black holes, wormholes, stargates, personal matrices, holograms, simulations, seen and unseen, known and unknown, any of those places, and the little envelopes in between, along your karmic path and in between, all the way back to the very first incarnation here on this planet and beyond. So as creator, throughout the multiverse as well, clearing all that stuff out. And we've got a little bit of dark stuff hanging around, little creatures in the lining of the heart space, and just allowing that to vortex out. So what's some of the physical, right? We feel through the physical is what I'm receiving. And we feel through the physical in order to know that we are out of alignment. So coming back into your alignment means coming back into a clear heart space and really going into that space of who am I, knowing that as the collective brought through, you are a creator, God or goddess, God and goddess, that your heart light is here to support the ascension process in the new earth. We've got tethers or ties that might be tying us to the old paradigm. Let's do that. Let's cut the cords, the tethers, the ties, the binds, the chains, the tentacles that might be keeping us stuck and locked into the old paradigms, whether we want it or not. And I'm hearing a lot of us really want to disconnect from that, especially the karmic stuff. If I saw some comments about the karmic. So your soul, your spirit wants to ascend out of the old paradigm, but we're going to release, and setting the intention to release anything that's still holding us within that old energy. all the programming, all the conditioning, all the belief systems, the mind habits, the thought habits, the emotional habits, any agreements, contracts, vows, or promises that you made to hang on to the old paradigm. Ooh. Wow, that's in the root. So this is root chakra stuff. This is that push and pull, that contrast is what's really keeping us ungrounded. We're all feeling it. As soon as we begin to detach from the old paradigm with no expectations, to float in this space of trust and consciousness that we are this conscious creator, we start to become more grounded. Beautiful. Yeah, there we go. Dropping all the cords, bringing in the violet flame into the heart space. Just watch the cords, watch the chains, watch the binds, watch anything that might be suctioned on to the old paradigm. Watch it fall apart, watch it fall off. This is good. Releasing the fear, anxiety around that. Yeah, there we go. Wow, something just opened up to go right back into the center of the heart. Yeah, it was like this realization that I am a creator. Wow, that just came right online. I am empowered. I do have agency. I am sovereign. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So did the collective want to come in again, Caroline? Or I want to make space for that.
No, that's fine. They're working with everyone, and that's perfect. So just answering something in the chat, but that is perfect. Sherri, carry on, and then they'll come in when you're done.
Okay.
And anytime, if you want, we can both work with what people have been talking about with physical issues, meaning their organs seem to be having a hard time.
Perfect. All right, let's just kind of suspend this energy right now. So just feeling that sovereignty, that agency, that trust in knowing that you are on the right path. You are fulfilling your purpose by being here at this time on the planet. Surrounding everyone here with this beautiful rose gold light of Mother Mary, Kuan Yin for self-compassion and self-understanding, this beautiful platinum light. Just feeling yourself being cradled with that or wrapped with it as if you're being wrapped by a blanket. Yeah, beautiful. We'll just suspend all that, holding that energy as Caroline reads through and brings through the energy for the personal healings. Great.
Okay, so I can tell you, lack of sleep, skin rash, oh gosh, a lot of stuff. Help with pancreas, many sick with flu or virus, leg vein issues. It seems like maybe some of this is, what do you think, sort of old toxicity coming to the surface, and also fear leaving the body?
Yeah, maybe some old traumas perhaps. And
yes, an old trauma. Yeah, maybe let's work with that in terms of the organs. Let's see here. Okay. So just bringing a lot of light to everyone's physical issues. And if you're watching this on replay, this extends to you as well. Just open to receive.
Yeah. We can bring light to all of the organs as well. Would that be all right, Caroline?
Yes, absolutely. That's what I was just thinking. Let's just bring in a lot of beautiful emerald green healing light.
Yeah.
I work with that green ray a lot because so much is coming up for so many people. They just feel kind of overwhelmed at times. And the body is really speaking to us right now. And just calling forth the energetic imbalances in people's bodies right now, and the desire to release, that need that the energy systems have to release the old imbalances, the old emotional turmoil, the old trauma. Sherri was saying all that's coming up to the surface, and we're just going to bring in a lovely flow of energy to assist it in releasing. Just bring in a beautiful golden flow of sparkling light. And
yeah, lots of residue being released. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Just see it being carried away in this beautiful golden current, like sparkling gold light. Just release it. Might look like a dark cloud. Might look like obstacles, like rocks or pebbles. Whatever you see is fine.
A little bit of anger. I think we talked about that.
Yes.
Some anger, frustration, coming through.
And that
create
settles in the liver.
wounds.
It really settles in the liver powerfully. And resentment in the bladder, bitterness, resentments. Just bring all that up gently. We're asking for angelic assistance. The collective are working with us. So that doesn't come up in a rough way for anyone. It's very gentle release, very easeful. Go. And just release. You don't have to just let go.
Got some overlays, like some filters and things that are kind of pressing on, so we'll take those out.
Yep.
Distortions, illusions. What else? Yeah, the power crowd, the power forces. Just old programming.
Yeah.
Just old programming. Yeah.
Including the programming that every health issue is a physical one, or every emotional issue is can be dealt with physically. And sometimes that's true, but there's always the energetic component. So if you need to do both, I would say. It's what I'm doing now. To me. Yeah. Okay. Cramps in the solar plexus in the back. Okay. That's old energy crying to get out. It's been held in tense for a long time. That's all that is. So we're going to clear, maybe clear, if you don't mind, Caroline, do so. Just a big spin of the sacral. Excellent.
Yeah, where the sexual organs are, right?
And so much trauma gets stuck there.
Absolutely. Yep. We're going to spin that, just seeing that as this beautiful orange light residue flying out, going into the light. I'll spin the chakras as you're working there. Yep.
Sort of a gentle whirlpool in everyone's energies, particularly right now in the sacral chakra. And out of the top of that whirlpool, that density just flies into the higher realms. It's just going to be transmuted. You're not losing anything that you are. You might want to start tapping through the points, people. If everybody watching, if you feel anxiety or upset coming up, and just say, I release everything not for my higher good. I release and let go. It's safe to release. I release all resistance. I accept the higher light pouring in from the sun. I make the sun my friend. I accept this. I release all that is no longer for my higher good, and just keep doing that. It will help the subconscious and the etheric body to accept the flow of energy current running through you, and help you release the toxicity of this and other lives. And the slowness of the vibration of the third dimension, it's sort of a very low, dull buzz compared to what we're going into. Yeah. So we don't have to dislike it, but we can release it.
There it is. A lot of letting go right now. Just see whatever doesn't serve. See those things that have been feeling like contractions or heaviness or blocks or kind of concrete in the body. Just see them releasing. I always say you can kind of visualize reaching inside your being, your physical, taking out the pain, taking out that heaviness, taking out whatever is kind of feeling misaligned, bringing it out in your etheric space, and then throwing it or tossing it into the violet flame. Just setting the intention to send all that light in the violet flame through every single organ in the body, every single body system, veins, bones, blood, fascia especially. Those are the places where heavy stuff hides. Yeah, out the brain. Beautiful. We've got some parts and pieces of fractals of souls and spirits that are starting to show up, which is beautiful, meaning that there's space for them now. So parts of anyone who's gone through any type of experience that was extremely upsetting or even a little upsetting, knowing as an empath or creative or Starseed, we are super sensitive. So anything that felt very traumatizing, even though you may not have identified it at that time, sometimes our bodies go out, our parts go out, our soul goes out. And so I'm seeing parts start to sprinkle back in, which is really beautiful. So if you're feeling like that have that awareness that they're in your field, invite them back in, knowing that they're strengthened and fortified. They can come in to help you heal those organs or those things that are really bothering you through the physical. Really beautiful. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Lots of centering going through. I'm just bring through also balance for the ascension process, but knowing that we have, we all know we have many, many aspects of ourselves out in the etheric, out in 5D already, or the higher realms, but we're still here in the 3D. So just bringing a little bit of balance for that spirit for each and every one of us, so that we're able to complete our purpose, our mission, in full awareness. Yeah, there it goes. Beautiful. Just make sure I didn't miss a whole lot here. Skin rash. Again, toxins might be coming up. Caroline had mentioned that, which was brilliant. Yeah. When you're watching diet as well, if you eat fairly clean, it's probably just, I would think, Ascension stuff coming through. Make old memories. Yeah. Yeah. I'm also receiving, I'm sure all of you have heard this too, is much of what's been going on for January and February is this preparation time for these very, very, very strong, intense energies coming through. So we're right on the cusp of that upswing. Yes. So reiterating what Caroline so beautifully said, which is if you are down with the virus or flu, I had it for the entire month of January into February, to really, really, no matter if your human doesn't like it, your light body doesn't like it, to really rest as much as possible, because you will need it, as what I'm receiving going forward. We'll bring light to that. Just those who are suffering with challenged. No more suffering. Those who are challenged with the virus, a virus, any type of virus. Yeah, huge wash of blue, beautiful blue light coming down through sapphire light, Pleiadian light. A lot of throat chakra clearing right now to clean out. Interesting, I'm hearing the virus stuff could be related to our closed throat chakra, which is now going to open wide open. They're saying the truth coming forward, not only within the collective on the planet, but within us. We're part of that. So you might find yourself saying things that you thought you would never say, but saying them with kindness, compassion, responsiveness, from a place of boundaries and a place of full centeredness and alignment. That's really beautiful. Missing anything else? Little buzz. Buzz in the ear. Go ahead.
Yes, the buzz in the ear. I was just going to say, I don't think we have a choice anymore other than to speak our truth. It just seems to be what humanity is. But that's interesting what Game Crusher is saying. A low, dull buzz is what I have daily in my ears. I hear it too at times. Once in a while, it comes through. Absolutely. Very often, I think that's a message, an angelic message, or a message from your higher self, or an energy upgrade. How do you see it, Sherri?
Exact same way. I usually ask, okay, tell me what this is. Is this a guide? Is this like, what do I need to know? Sometimes it's like they're telling me like a frequency balancing, like just kind of like divine feminine, masculine coming in. Yeah, beautiful. Nice. Should we close it up with Caroline, or you want me to keep going? I'm
No,
sorry, I
this
keep
is
asking.
I think you've done
Oh,
tremendous work.
Peter's here.
And I would encourage people to watch this again because Sherri's clearings are so powerful. And we're going to have her back on the radio show I'm on at bbsradio.com in April, a night at the round table, bbsradio.com station 1. So we'll have her there the last Thursday, fourth Thursday in April. Yes, feels like an energy upgrade. That's right. Game Crusher is saying, yeah, very often it is. So I'll just ask the collective if they've got any last comment they want to leave with us. Remember about the singing and dancing, everybody, and the use of crystals. Keep them near you. Make it your friend. Ask if it's got a message. Even if you don't hear inwardly, it can flow that to you energetically, and it'll come up in your own thoughts in the right time and way. And the same with your spirit team. Ask them whatever you need to, and say, if you need to, say, look, I never hear you people, so just fill my thoughts with your wisdom and let me know what's the best thing to do in this situation, or help me understand this situation or that. And it might be totally an inner circumstance you're referring to, but we all really need to talk to our team these days. Absolutely. So let's see if the collective want to speak any further.
Caroline, can I just, as you're doing that, would you mind if I just pull the energy back?
That's fine, sweetie.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah,
perfect.
That's fine.
Yep. Just call it, bring your energy back, everyone. Just call it back into your field. We don't want to keep it out there entwined with others. So rightful souls and spirit, all that energy coming back in, and just feel it landing wherever it feels necessary in the body to really ground you. Okay, untethering and untying and anchoring so that you're back in your body right now. Oh, perfect. Thank you, Caroline.
Oh, wonderful, dear ones. What beautiful work. And we are so full of thanks for all of your beautiful presences here today, whether you are right now here listening to this live or listening on replay. There is no time whatsoever. There is only the present moment and the connection, the interconnection of soul groups working in parallel now, working beautifully in tandem to support the evolution and ascension of this planet, and all of you individually. So yes, you've all been touched beautifully by the powerful spirit here and the work being done on the cellular level. And that it includes your energy bodies. Everything today has been bringing you an aspect of yourself that is so empowered that maybe in your conscious waking state you have not quite met yet, and yet it is there. And it wishes to come through you and shine through you and be so evident in your eyes and your smile and your beautiful, graceful self. And yes, as this dear one was saying, eating healthfully, very important right now. And this isn't to say if you reach for chocolate that you should put yourself down or feel that you failed. Not at all. But maybe reach for a healthier sort of chocolate, a dark chocolate, and give yourself an awful lot of water, because that's going to help the etheric body as well, believe it or not, in releasing much of what you have been working on releasing today. People tend to think, oh, the water to hydrate the body, but it has such a beautiful presence. The spirit, the element of water, is all about not only fluidity, but healing and renewal and new life. So allow that, dear ones. That's what you're reaching for now. When you wake up in the morning, if you're feeling tired, understand this is because you've been doing an awful lot of work in the higher realms and up on the ships, in inner earth, various places on the earth, multi-locating. You might be helping survivors of the earthquake or flood or what have you. And it can feel difficult. At times you wake up, you're a bit tired, but understand you're doing tremendous work, not only with those who need you right now, but with your own growth and evolvement. And we see only beauty here, dear ones. We see only pure light. So much love to all of you and to this dear one, this lovely goddess who has assisted today. And as always, so honored to be amongst you. Namaste, dear ones.
Namaste.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. I really feel, I feel better about life. And you're welcome, everyone, Pam, Sally, Patricia, everyone. So sweet of you. So glad you could be here. And again, if you're watching on replay, the energies are the same. Like the collective was saying, there's no time doesn't really exist the way we think it does, and they work out of time. And these lovely beings that Sherri was working with, and the energy work she was doing, she steps into no time also. So it all still applies. And if you ask that it continue, it will. That absolutely will continue to unfold. Do you find that, Sherri, that the work you do with people just keeps unfolding, which is another reason why we need to drink a lot of water and rest more, because that work is still being done,
Yes. And it's simply setting the intention, like developing that relationship with your guides. So
yeah, exactly. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Sherri. We send much love to you over there in lovely California. It's been snowing here in New Mexico, so
I'm sending you the light. It's actually been overcast here.
Warm. Absolutely. But much love to everyone. Yes, absolutely. And please don't feel left out if your actual very specific issue wasn't addressed, seemingly addressed. Believe you me, it was. There are beautiful light beings in the etheric working with us. And yes, it was being addressed, and it still will be. And yes, Satnam, thank you, Game Crusher. Thank you, Divine Artistry, Melinda, everyone. Much love. And thank you to Sherri, of course. And we'll see you again in a few weeks. This podcast, the idea is that it's broadcast live every second and fourth Wednesday of the month. And barring YouTube issues, it absolutely should still be. So we'll see you the second Wednesday and then the fourth Wednesday in March. And much love to everyone. And namaste, Satnam.
Namaste.